lanes will go better, but I'm worried they fall into the same trap in the mid game of not being able to take as much initiative as they would want. But let's see. They're very strong on defense. If the Chen Lesh lineup comes and knocks on their towers, it's not going to be that easy of a task. So,
you know what else is not easy a task is getting these predictions right. Total number of smoke gank kills at game end.
Let's wait for this first blood smoke.
Okay. Total number of tower killed before 25 minutes. It's another Lesh and Chen game.
6 to 10.
Yeah, I'll say the same. First player to get 50 last hits. No, not the Monkey King.
It's Quinn or Alone.
I'll say Quinn.
Yeah, me too, I think.
Total number of Blink Daggers purchased by 25 minutes. So, nobody. I guess Marcy maybe.
0 to 2.
Shadow Fiend maybe.
Yeah. Nobody on Radiant buys it.
Wow.
So.
Okay, that's an easy one. We get
I mean,
that
you could
one
buy it
wrong.
on Primal Beast, but I don't think you buy it pre-25. You buy
yeah,
BKB,
true.
and you need some build-up items. So.
All right, we have 30 seconds to get this smoke gank. I mean, there's no smoke anymore, right? We're not going to smoke now. So we can discuss this. By game's end, how many smoke gank kills? I'll say 5 to 8.
5 to 8, yeah. Seems like a good choice.
They're copying me completely this time, I see.
Wait, we have the same ones, right? All of them?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Then I can't lose.
In a way, that's true.
All right, let me ask you something. This is like, okay, I was going to say it's half philosophical, but it really isn't. So let's not, overstate the importance of this.
Waiting for this philosophical question. Go ahead.
Would you rather never be able to lose to me, but you could also never win against me?
No.
Okay, so you would rather have the option of winning, but being able to lose.
Yeah,
than never being able to.
That takes the whole fun out of it if you remove that part of the equation.
I mean, it's also nice to never lose, right?
Without losing, you won't be able to appreciate winning, Cinderin. That's what I've learned in my life.
There's that philosophical part I was going for. There it is. All right.
I mean, it's very true.
I agree, though.
I mean, if you have a perfect life, you can't appreciate anything because everything's perfect.
Yeah, nobody has a perfect life, Shannon.
Well, you say that now, Cinderin. MSS.
Oh, it's a perfect life.
I don't know where I was going with that one. I'm sure there's some royalty that feel like they have a perfect life. I don't know.
I'm sure they have their own share of problems.
Yeah, well, they consider them problems, but they're not. Like extreme first world problems don't count as problems to me.
Still not perfect then, though. All right. Quinn mid against Alone.
Oh,
Alone did a really good job on the first
Gaben.
wave.
Not to interject, but Gaben has a perfect life. Go ahead.
like
You were speaking about something.
Yeah, so Alone did a good job on the first wave. He double raised Quinn, went to his high ground, and ensured a couple of creeps. But since then, Quinn has really been punching back in a big way. So Alone is running out of mana. So is Quinn, but his bottle is coming. Does Alone have his as well? They both do. Alone has a mango. We're just pushing this whole wave into the tower. Quinn should be able to get the most of it. Obviously has the luxury on this hero of being able to... Oh, hang on. That was not a kill I was expecting.
Yeah, that's without the onslaught needed. So just was caught off by the Bramble and the good old-fashioned trample from Leslau.
Yeah, Willow plus Primal Beast. A nasty lane to be sure to play support into. Got to be very careful with your positioning. And yeah, I did not have an eye on that lane, but... was mainly focused on mid because I think that is going to largely once again be the story of the game. Not that, I mean, to be fair, last game maybe the biggest story was that offlane, but I think this time it's clear cut that the Vailama will be doing better. So I'm very curious how SF versus Lesh goes. If either hero dies to the other a single time, it changes the lane by a lot, as both heroes are very prone to snowballing. So.
Yep, and this bottom lane is the one that we haven't talked about. We're going to see the rebound partially avoided there from Yawar. But he's stuck inside the Nether Toxin now, and you can see the Viper versus Monkey King matchup. He gets disposed, and he gets killed.
Yep. MSS with the Purge Creep got rid of some of the poison attack stacks, but just not enough. And Monkey King, with a 1-1-0 skill build, didn't have Jingu. I think if he has Jingu there, he probably survives, actually. Then he can just fight back, hit Marcy 4 times, and go for the stun. But has opted for the spells for farming and for protection.
Yep, so
not the right choice that time.
in the early stages, Wildcard winning bot. Soniqs winning top, and mid is very even. So game overall seems like it is going respectable for both sides.
Yep.
And I think it's a bigger deal for Wildcard not to get beat at the laning stage, just because we do favor Soniqs overall anyway.
Yeah. Sam has to be careful now. Both heroes top are level 3. Leslau hasn't skilled yet.
Yeah.
Still didn't.
Not going.
Now he will.
All right, 2 in trample. So feeling pretty confident he doesn't need the onslaught. And I wonder how many stacks of uproar, as we're going to see Alex get pounded on by Yawar up here, but not going to be able to finish him off. How many uproar stacks do you get from... Oh, wait, I was thinking that the Brambles were on his team, on the other team. Never mind. I'm always thinking of like little combos with uproar stacks, because playing against like Ogre Magi as mid lane alone, Quinn gets off the split earth. Alone, okay.
He baited
Forced
him
the
for one
fairy
more
fire.
attack there with the fairy.
Penitence.
It's fine.
Yeah, Alex looking for a cheeky kill. Not going to find it though.
Spicy. This is good news for Alone, though. Quinn has to go base, and
True.
SF gets a water rune, so he can stay and push out this full wave and build himself a pretty good advantage now. So
Big soul assumption on the Fada as Trample came out, but not going to do too much here. Sammy boy has to be a bit careful. This is going to be 5 stacks on the Leslau. No salve though. So we'll have to tango up.
nasty damage, and they have 3 mangoes on Sam, so he can easily get Eve up to speed here with some more spells. He's going to mango him there to have it available. And I think I have to backtrack on what I said earlier. Thinking twice, didn't Eve play Visage, actually, in the DPC? Maybe not this season, but in the past. I feel like now that I see the name together with the hero, he's not that alien to that as I thought he was.
Yeah, couldn't tell you. MSS.
Alex will die bot to MSS.
Yeah, but Yawar,
5
if they
stacks
can
poison.
get this kill, Divide. Oh, he's going to see him. Penitent's going to slow him down a bit. Yawar has Tree
Nice
Dance,
juke.
but it keeps getting canceled with this damage over time. Now he's going to salve up. Can they actually go for this kill? I don't
He doesn't
think
have mana
so.
to jump.
Yeah.
If they had a mango, he would have died there on the Viper, actually. Could have mangoed him and then sprung down, but not available.
Well, either way, 23-9 on the Visage versus the 15-2 on Monkey King. So Wildcard winning the position 1 battles. Of course, not exactly the same types of hero at all.
Oh,
One's
but
a more
Yawar having that
traditional.
bad of a start is definitely very good news for Wildcard, right? It was the reason they picked this Viper, and it's paying off so far. He's been slowed down to a crawl on Monkey King, and this hero does not farm well in the jungle without items. Takes quite a while. You don't have any natural cleave. I mean, you have some spells, but you can't sustain them all the time if you don't have the mana regen component at the very least for your Battle Fury. So
Eve top lane though. Curse Crown with
toast.
last right click, but actually Lesab cancels his animation briefly. It's a real wind up with that Primal Beast. It's just very thick. But he does find the kill in the end, and Divide Llama. No, I thought they were going to go on the bot lane, but not going to happen. Alone's owning, by the way.
Yep.
700 or 600 net worth discrepancy between him and Quinn. So off to a very good start. in this
has a
lane.
DD as well, so he got the rune. Big deal, the first power rune of the game. On Shadow Fiend, loves to see that. Unfortunately for him, you know, when Shadow Fiend really thrives, in my opinion, a lot of the time, it's because he's playing with a 4 that comes and kills mid, and they just haven't really... Alex made the 1 rotation to secure the rune, which was very good, the 4-minute water, but SF would love for someone to show up mid and kill the Lesh right now.
Oh, bottom lane, you are. In a 1v2, finally MSS
He's
comes.
broken, he
Yeah,
can't
he's
get
broken.
Jingu stacks.
But they might be able to get the reciprocal kills here. They only find 1 though.
Matchup
But
is
definitely
so
not
terrible
worth.
for Monkey.
And Alone
Like-
is here with the DD. MSS is going to be found and likely brought down as well. And the rebound, actually, maybe they can get some more disposed, but the Shadow Realm to save Pata for the time being. First Crown going to keep
Orb of
Shadow
Venom.
Fiend at bay, but Alex is slowing him down perpetually. So very nice kills coming out from Wildcard in this bottom lane.
Yep. And again, just seeing even more why this Viper matchup is so terrible for Monkey King. It's one thing you have all that poison damage, right-click range, and you have the slows, but when Monkey finally is close to getting Jingu Mastery stacks up so he can fight back, he just gets Nether Toxined. And
Top lane. Luar's waiting in the wings. He's going to get the onslaught into the Boundless Strike with the trample to follow, but the cookie save. And Alone has come to play now. And guess what? He's got a haste rune. Leslau on the
that's
run.
convenient.
Indeed. A couple more raises should do it. And that is another kill for Alone. Just amazing, amazing transition from mid to bottom to top and back to mid again. Obviously all set up with the DD and now Haste Rune. As a rebound, they're going to find Quinn as well. One raise is found. Splitter connects onto 2 heroes, but he's still going to die. Alex will be the trade, but again, Wildcard getting everything that they want. Divide will live through the Shadow Realm. As top lane, that Yawar is left in a 1v2, but looks like Leslau able to TP in here.
Yeah, so Yawar had enough of bot. He just gave up on that lane. It wasn't playable. So he went top, which is better. And he really wants to be involved in the kill. Obviously, their previous attempt on Eve failed because of a nice cookie from Sam to throw the Visage to the tower. And now it gets tricky for Monkey King because with these familiars, you don't really have much of a laning presence against this hero anymore. So, all right, Shannon, you're Monkey King right now. What do you do in this game? What's your plan?
Buy a Midas.
All right. Well, he is queuing that up, so good call.
I looked at his inventory that time. I'm not going to take credit for that.
I was like, that sounds like what most pub players would do, though. So, not really. I felt like that was a pretty good guess. Yeah, he needs to find a long road to recovery here.
Yeah, and even the Primal Beasts not doing super hot. Leslau about to hit level 6, though, as Quinn going to the high ground, but he's going to be spotted. Oh, the cookies on Eve's familiars. Set up a potential kill here onto Fata, not even able to get off Terrorize.
Triple raise.
Yep, Alone.
That move speed
4-0-1.
change is so nice for Shadow Fiend when you hit the second raise.
Oh my. Actually gets the Requiem on Yawar, but the balance strike is there. The rebound actually gets dodged, but you're not going to be able to dodge that Scatter Blast as Wildcard are just everywhere right now. They only have a 1k lead. Why do I feel like they're up by so much right now?
I mean, they are ahead of every counterpart in the enemy team except the supports, right? So
Yeah, the supports are struggling farm-wise. As you're going to
Quinn.
see some action in the mid lane. Quinn is dead again. Holy jeez. 0-2-1 now as Alone and company can pressure this tier 1 tower. They have the siege creep to boot.
yeah, we were worried about, or at least I was, for Wildcard's ability to make plays, but man, they got so much value out of these 2 power runes and playing around mid heavily. Alone is now 4-0-2. They found a lot more utility out of Marcy in this game because she's playing with Viper and has more freedom to do what she wants since the lane wasn't as hard.
Yeah.
And really just going from crushing bottom to crushing mid
Oh,
and
they're
then
pinging
rotating to the
MSS.
third
They
lane.
know exactly where he is. Man, Wildcard just really stepping it up in this game number 2. Now trying to take out those creeps. Actually dodged the Centaur Stomp as well, so really well played from Wildcard as they now have a 2k lead. And Yawar forced into the jungle, like you said, going for the Midas, but I mean, he's a full 1,000 away from finishing that. Feels like Leslau and Lesh are going to have to make some space for their Monkey King this game.
Yep.
But Alone, he's got his Falcon Blade. And is he going for Dragonlance? Is that being delivered right now? Let's see. I feel like that's probably a Dragonlance.
Pretty surprising that the first tower of the game goes the way of Soniqs, actually. They get the top tower. They're not going to defend bottom, though, so this will be a trade. I don't think they have any interest in showing up down here, but a little bit ahead of the curve there with the push will give them a little more time and a little more space, and Yawar is very much in need of that, so he will say thank you very much and take a full top wave here. And, I mean, considering how atrocious his start was, he's kind of recovered somewhat, right? He's on 4k net worth. He has the same net worth as his offlaner. It's
Sammy Boy
definitely not
actually
great.
does not die. I mean, he is backed up by a bunch of his teammates, but the cookie into the pig pole was enough as more creeps gonna get dropped.
Quinn kills a bird.
Yeah, that's something.
Ornithologist in shambles.
And Leslau, it's pretty hard to have impact when you don't really crush your lane on a Primal Beast until you're able to get this BKB.
That's
but
what it
obviously,
seems like happens in a lot of these Primal games, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's very lane stage dependent.
I think the majority of Primal games we've had in NA here have just not impressed me. And it's not like from a player perspective of, oh, they're just not playing the hero correctly. It's just the hero has some clear limitations. And if you don't get past them, a lot of the time you end up with this awkward hero that has to charge in but doesn't want to. And that just feels very awkward. Obviously, Leslau will get a decently timed BKB at this game, in this game at the rate it's going. He has 66 CS and 2 kills. It's not terrible, but still quite some ground to cover before we're there.
And
Roche number 1, Wildcard. We've been praising them for this tournament.
Indeed.
Very good at identifying.
There is a Terrorize available, but it'll just be the Bramble. So alone with the Aegis now in Wildcard, looking pretty good.
Great call to go Roche. I think, honestly, over all the NA teams, I think this is Wildcard's biggest quality as a team, is them identifying that they can kill Roche. I think they do the best job out of all the teams at making this call in both in situations where they're ahead and behind. It's not just something they do like, yeah, man, we're crushing, let's go kill Roche. But some games, they're like 5k behind, and they just sneak it out of nowhere. And it's super impactful to have that quality. It's a truly game-winning play a lot of the time to get an early Roche. Alone now will play with amazing confidence in mid. He's going to take this tower. I don't think Soniqs can really do much about it. They maybe try. Nope.
Oh,
they glyph and cancel the onslaught immediately.
I mean, that is funny. You just make the sound and they don't know if you're coming, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really think about that because I think it makes
But
the
well,
full
they know if
sound
you
even
don't, you're not
stop.
coming for another 20 or 15 seconds at least.
Yeah,
So
true.
Tile for Alone. This SF is enormous.
And look at this. Sammy Boy is actually going for Shard first on the Snapfire. So I'm going to be very interested to see how much of an impact this thing has.
Maybe it's cool with the familiars.
Yeah, true. He's going to get Curse Crown, though. Cookie
He's
into the
fine.
pig pull. He's fine. All right, maybe this is Sammy Boy's
Quinn
hero
might
after
not be
all.
fine. Oh, I thought for a second Alex was going to pounce on that. That was very killable.
I feel like he would usually, even in winning games, have 4 deaths at this point on Sammy Boy. He only has 1.
Yep. Not making as many overextensions or not getting punished as much for dewarding, basically. He will get the deward here, and maybe this time.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see, Cinder.
Yeah.
Is he dead? Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead.
He got the deward, though. This feels pretty good, honestly. As a,
Top
as a
lane,
fire.
we got the Onslaught Trample combo. Monkey King not wanting to right-click, apparently. Interesting. That was
Don't
weird,
have
actually.
the damage.
Well, I don't know about that, Cinder.
Oh, Fata gets caught in the end.
Yeah, Fonta's, that was really weird. He pounced on him and then immediately pounced back up onto a tree without even trying to get the Jingu stacks. Perhaps expecting a faster
Scared about
rotation.
the counterplay.
Yeah. We do
Double
have
damage
the vision.
for SF. Full rune control right now for Wildcard, so we will be getting that no problem.
Yeah, in this game, we'll see how Soniqs can try to mentally come back, because again, they're not supposed to be, in their minds at least, and many others, not supposed to be even in the lower bracket finals to begin with. But Nouns just showed up and beat the crap out of him yesterday. So that's, you gotta feel like it does put a state of shock inside of them. Mentally speaking, might have some effects. Of course, game 1, that was not the case at all. So
Yeah.
but
It's
yeah,
a very
Wildcard just
different
playing
ballpark
really
this time,
well
though.
this game.
Different ball game.
I get
SF
another
with a
tier 1
nice
top.
little... Man, it feels so good to play SF with level 4 sidekick. You hit so hard. His lifesteal is amazing. And he's gonna go to work. Double damage. Dragon Lance.
And they pop
Yep,
the
this
drums
is
as
gone.
well.
The-
There's a Wraith Pact on Eve as well.
Are they gonna push high? They have Aegis for a minute.
They do.
You betcha they're going. All right.
They're going to start doing some damage. Leslau waiting on the wing, still 1,000 away from getting his BKB, as Alex not going to get connected on. But will live with the defense.
Alex actually
working.
jumped in with rebound on top of SF as he was getting stunned by the cursed crown. So he jumped into the enemy base while stunned gets stunned by Lesh and still gets out. That was a bit of a mistake, but goes unpunished.
Yeah, I think Soniqs are waiting for the BKBs.
Yeah.
The one
They
on
have
Primal
to.
Beast pretty big, and Monkey King still a recipe away as well. He's had the minus for a little bit now. I mean, the real issue is that you're going to have a Monkey King with BKB and basically nothing else. But the good news, silver lining, the Aegis is being consumed in 15 seconds one way or the other. But they got a lot out of it. They got a lot of these outer buildings. I mean, there's only a tier 2 mid and bottom remaining for Soniqs at 19 minutes.
Yeah, you'd imagine Wildcard would want to go and get the bottom outpost, right? When you get the top tier 2 tower, which is very unusual to be the first one to claim, it's not as natural of a transition as when you get the common bottom tier 2 tower, but it still gives you a lot of extra map control and information and gives you that passive benefit every minute, so would definitely think that would be a good choice.
And MSS has his mechanism. He's working on the Wraith Pact as well, but obviously well behind Eve, who has the advantage of being the position 1 farm. And going for Boots of Bearing as well, so what
Very
slows are there?
mid-game centric item build from Visage with Wraith Pact plus the Boots of Bearing. A lot of the time we see Visages get maybe that drum and then go for a bigger item like AC or Ags if it's that kind of game. But he will get the full Boots of Bearing as well for his team. And I mean, their lineup looks really fearsome at this point in time. Like, I think fighting into this is almost impossible. BKBs will make it possible, however. So again, just keep buying that time. They will have Monkey Kings now, I believe. Does he have the recipe?
And Leslau is about to get his with one more creep, it looks like.
How about Quinn? He's far away. He went Kai Assange first, so
yeah,
plenty of ground to cover on the Lesh rack.
I mean, are you waiting for the third BKB?
I think you are if you get the luxury. If you have the option of doing it, why not, right? I don't think you have to force a fight. You probably, if you're Soniqs, you might not feel that uncomfortable about the prospect of this game just dragging out a little bit. Because you probably feel like Visage and Viper will not do as much as they're doing right now in 5 to 10.
Alone has a haste rune again. Smoke pops. He sees.
Quinn.
No, doesn't see Quinn.
He thought
Pops
Quinn
the
was
Requiem.
down.
Yeah, not going to connect.
Oh, this could turn ugly. These birds, they're going to find 2 heroes.
Leslau, he's got his BKB now, but will you use the first charge defensively? Looks like yes.
But what about Quinn? No TP.
Yeah, he's just...
He basically just sold the Lash.
Yeah, so he's going to try to make this as long and painful as possible, but it's instant. He dies instantly.
That is a very big catch for them. I understand they didn't want to fight there. They don't have the information. Like, if Primal pops BKB and charges into them, there's just no saying what's going to happen. They might have both died, but... Yeah, Quinn there without a TP, stuck in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And they're going to lose their tier 2 in the outpost now as well. The outpost already claimed, as a matter of fact, by Sam.
I'm a little bit surprised that they're not putting the Philly Stone on Quinn until he gets the BKB. I feel like you don't really need your attack damage as much.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're going to see high ground potential here from Wildcard. 6k lead. No Aegis, though. Roche will be able to see when he spawns in just a moment, if it's a quick one or not. Minute and a half, so very average.
Tower almost claimed. They will smoke. I think this was within Radiant Vision. Levi is going to TP top and show himself. Push out that wave. I think you're just playing for next Roche if you're a Wildcard, right? You know it's up soon, so you're going to use the smoke to get information. Get some good vision out.
You can see the shard online for Sammy. Boy, Boundless Strike onto 2. Terrorize to follow with the trample as well. 2 kills from Soniqs. Just like that.
It's only supports,
it is the 2
though.
Supports.
They use MK's BKB reveal there. If they can get a tower or a Roche off this feels a lot better for sure. But Glyph's still online. I don't even know if they're going to get a tier 1 out of this, to be honest. Like, the birds can delay it with the familiar drops and 2 heroes spawning soon. So this actually opens up Roche for the Dire. Because when he spawns, the BKB on Monkey King will still be on cooldown. So if they have control of that area, they know there's no Monkey BKB, which is a really, really big deal for Soniqs to be able to teamfight. So they get that scouting going. Could be a big pick.
Yeah, if it's all about whether they're able to scout out Roche like instantly, because they'll have the
Yes.
30-second time between the BKB.
I mean, if he wants to, he can park a bird there. It's a little bit of a farming loss, but the value of finding the immediate Roche is very, very high in this game. Nice
Up in
D-work
1
here from
second.
Sam.
All right, so each second that passes now is 1 second extra for Yawar to get his BKBs back up.
Oh, he's in trouble.
He is. He's going to pounce. There's a tree
Birds
dance.
are fast.
They are.
I mean, he can keep jumping. He got far enough.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, that's pretty good news for Soniqs, actually. This bought enough time that MKBKB is up for Roche. So there was an opportunity there for Wildcard if they scouted it instantly and made that call. And that would be very Wildcard of them to kill Roche
That
fast.
was really weird when you said MKBKB.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Monkey King's Black King bar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Roche is up, as we said. Has not been scouted yet from either team, though. And how close is Quinn to his BKB? He's still a full recipe away, so he's not going to have it for this fight. And which is why the Philly Stone would have been so good. I feel like.
I don't think he still would have had it, though. I mean, it's not going to give him 1 ult. They see Sam. He's going to ward. They have really good vision coverage here, Wildcard. They're going to start on the Roche. So Arcane Rune SF starting to stack up those raises. Already up to 4.
Yeah.
5.
Looks like Soniqs want
6.
to contest. Quinn is here. Yawar has the vision, baking out his Wukong's command. Has the Midas to use, needs to use it immediately for full value.
This is such a safe way of Roshing, as long as he has mana on SF, right? Like,
Yeah, well, he is
they don't
running
even
out.
have a hero in the pit.
He is running out of mana, though.
Yeah. They need
How
to
many
give him
stacks is that on
something.
Roche? 13 Shadow Raise stacks right now. The globs come.
Oh, this would
Bata
be the
gets on the first
time.
round. BKB from alone. Now they're right-clicking it, and they will get it uncontested, essentially. Aegis down. Shard. I don't know who got that.
SF, he used it. Gets the Necromastery talent.
Okay.
So he gets that automatic guaranteed crit every 3 seconds if he wants to. He will deal a 0.5 second fear, and the crit is basically double damage.
That's
and you
new.
consume 1 soul.
The fear is kind of new, right? This wasn't here last
Yeah,
year.
it's pretty new in the grand scheme of things. Things from 730, the last patch of 731, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Not sure.
All right, well, Soniqs in a 9K deficit. His Wildcard just owning, really. I feel like it's mostly
Yeah.
them owning this game than it is Soniqs not playing well. Been very impressed with Sammy Boy's Snapfire.
They've
Alone.
basically just shut down the map, right? Like this time around is the direct opposite of last game. It's Soniqs that had a couple of deaths and fell behind, and Wildcard are just taking the towers and warding aggressively, and it's so hard for the Radiant lineup to really get something going. It's commendable how much Yawar has come back. He's closing in on a Skadi now, so he is getting what he can, but the fact of the matter is every minute the Wildcard Gaming lead just grows because they're playing more of the map. Like, Soniqs get to
BKB
pick
on
up the
Quinn.
scraps.
Yeah, so maybe they wait for the Scotty, although that's still 300 from the next point booster and then 1,200 for...
Oh, it's going to use
The
the
rest of
illusions to
it.
take all the brambles.
Quinn. Gonna try to defend. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get this Scotty in time. Drums are popped. Or Boots of Bearing. No. Okay, he's waiting for the Boots of Bearing for when he's out of charges of the drums to refresh. Ooh, the double split earth, pretty good. Cookie's there, though. See if they try to... Will they give this racks up in the end? Or are they just trying to delay for the Monkey King to be able to farm a little bit more? As the BKB is popped from Alone. Top lane is being pushed by Yawar. It's going to be fortified in the meantime.
They
Alone
glyphed after
using
the melee
Requiem.
Rex
Yeah, the
fell.
melee Rex falls.
Oh, that is a big blunder from Soniqs, actually. They had that glyph the whole time. And just waited too long. I was going to say SF, amazing at taking Rex here. He has the Presence Aura talent. He gets Sidekick. And he has Brigand's Blade. So... really, really quick at taking down these buildings, but that glyph, a pretty big mistake. If they use it earlier, I think they might just defend that lane, but you can see Sonic's mindset is we can't fight them, so not even going to try to defend that with Monkey King. He went for the split push play together with Chen, and I think they got their own glyph and half a tower, but obviously not a good trade.
Well,
And
I think
Wildcard.
they're going to start trying to fight here pretty soon. Although Aegis is still there for 2 minutes, obviously. But you're going to have the Scotty now. You have the plate mail on Leslau. You have BKB, obviously, on Quinn. And then Wraith Pact is being finished now by MSS. So...
Alone with a backstab. Haste rune.
Oh, boy. Quinn, he's going to get saved temporarily thanks to the Hand of God. And Leslau comes in with the Onslaught as well. So dodging a bullet. And again, don't want to expend too much to try to take out Shadow Fiend because
Oh my god,
he doesn't have
this
his
damage
Aegis.
is insane. Oh,
Tier
these
2
towers,
melts.
man. Good God. All right. Yeah, that was a nice cookie play from Sam. Almost got them that Lesh kill, but Quinn is just barely tanky enough with the Kai and Sanj plus the Chen heal. We'll keep him alive.
I don't think we've seen a Wukong's command the whole game. Am I wrong?
I think that is correct.
I mean, one benefit of it is you do get
Might
armor
see it now.
Alone.
If Alone starts hitting this wave, it's going to Requiem
The
Fata.
Requiem onto Fata. He's just dead right off the bat. The shard being used to get that guaranteed crit. Now Leslau onslaughting as a retreat measure. Quinn getting slowed in the meantime. Not sure if they have the catch, though. Although the birds are here. There's the stun. He might have to pop his BKB.
It's all right for now.
Rebound. The crit. Nice boundless strike. And the Wukong command being fake. Quinn not wanting to go in quite yet, although the buyback was expended here for Fata. And just each fight, Wildcard gaining a little bit of ground, inch by inch. 20 seconds on the Aegis, though. We'll see if Soniqs is able to take advantage of the timing there. Because they certainly can kill him if they get the jump. 7 seconds now.
All right, this tower's gone.
Yeah,
It's not gone.
it's alive.
It could have been gone.
100 HP. Alone, playing it safe now as the Aegis has expired.
This is probably going to be Sonic's best chance in the next few minutes, what is coming up right now. They need to fight before the next Roche. They know Aegis is expired. They have all their BKBs, including a 9-seconder, on Quinn. Conditions are not going to get better. You need to find some sort of a smoke play and get access to this high ground around your own ancient area so you can find an angle. But it is going to be quite challenging when you look at how offensive the warding from Wildcard is and how well pushed in the waves are. You've got a lot of cleanup duty to do. They are still just going to... They're going to smoke bottom instead, and this could pay off in a pretty big way if Wildcard go and farm these jungle camps alone. Little Silver Edge. Do they have detection? They do have Dust on Leslau.
Okay, but the BKB instantly activated from Alone, but the countermeasure from BKB on Leslau is up. The rebound's going to save Alone, getting to the other side of the map. First Wukong's command of the game leads to the kill onto Visage, so good start to the fight for Quincy.
Oh, great Brambles!
Double root comes out, but Sammy Boy able to get to the low ground thanks to the shard. Alone, he finds the crit onto the Chen, and now Leslau, he goes in a little too deep. He's just getting right-clicked into Oblivion. Getting feared as well. That shard really showing its work as Leslau eventually drops. Yeah, this is not something we have gotten to see all too often. We saw the shard on Shadow Fiend at TI, but that was the old version, which didn't have the fear.
This looked quite promising for Soniqs, but I think really important there, the rebound onto SF. He was Scotty slowed by Monkey King and might have been able to just get trapped in the ring there, but Alex gets him out of there immediately. I think with the shard activation of the rebound as well, I think he just threw the SF out entirely instead of just giving move speed. So, yeah, they showing the potential of what can happen here, Soniqs, but the disadvantage is still very severe.
Yeah.
And Wildcard stand their ground and fight back. They're 3 carries, these 3 ranged heroes with all of these stats. They're all 3 very tanky. It's proving troublesome for Leshrac to pierce through all of this, especially the layers of Visage. That was the one hero they did kill, but it's primarily just Monkey King getting rid of the Visage. It just takes a lot of time and resources, and afterwards, who are you on next as Lesh? You're not going to go on the Viper. That will be too difficult. The Shadow Fiend was already thrown out, and the supports are doing a really good job at, just playing outskirts. They're getting this value out of just throwing cookies and Mortimer Kisses, and Marcy's just repositioning heroes, popping BKB, and running out. So, yeah, we didn't really talk about how fun Alex is in this game on that Marcy. 10k net worth almost.
Oh, that's the
BKB
Philly
and
Stone
Shard.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
classic.
Very
I'm
good.
trying to think of power spikes for Sonics, and I'm struggling. The Shivas, I guess, for Leslau is pretty good.
Quite a while ago. Yeah, it's gonna help somewhat, but for me, the majority of Primal Beast as a hero has passed in this game. He has very limited utility. He gets this one charge in where he needs to find, I think, if possible, find a support with the
Oh my
Polarize or the
goodness.
Visage,
Roche
of
is up.
course.
Oh, the BKB from Alone. What? Misclick on the Shadow Fiend. That is an 80-second period with no BKB. It was not spotted, though.
Sonics don't know, but if they find this fight regardless,
Yeah.
they're
Roche.
obviously not going to be playing with that in mind, so they might not go on an SF jump if possible. They're just super... They're really timid here. This is such a great map positioning from Wildcard. They have this high ground ward. They're all standing in formation with Sam in front. So if Sonics try to aggress, I think they're just going to get blown away from that high ground. They just can't do it.
Yeah, if they just had a ward there, obviously it would be pretty tough to have a ward there with map control that Wildcard have. Yeah, Wildcard just gonna, I would assume, chill until the BKB's back up. Kind of, I mean, that's a pretty fast spot. I was not paying attention. It seemed like it was instant, but it was probably just the usual where I wasn't paying attention.
I think it was pretty quick.
Yeah, okay.
Quinn with the shard on Lesh.
Yeah, that is going to make it pretty difficult to take Roche, although if they do it the same way last time, it's not going to matter, I suppose. Oh, but 17k lead for Wildcard. As it looks like we're about to have a fight, so they're going to go in with Shadow Fiend BKB still on cooldown for 10 seconds.
We'll be ready when it's time. They're hoping to find a pick down the lane here. Sonics have good formation. Leslau ready to break smoke. He will break on Alex.
And Alex
will
puts
ward.
down a ward. They see it. A lot of members of Wildcard. Quinn kind of in the front. But he's placing his split earths in this battlefield to come, which it will not now.
And Sonics will instantly go for a counter smoke, and they're going to try to wrap around the back.
Yeah, Roche scouted out now.
Oh, Yawar's on a ward!
Yep, he will get away, but gets a balance strike onto the Shadow Fiend. There's the Pulverize to follow. He's already half HP, and he is dead. Buys back into the game. He's going to have half the souls, though. Keep that in mind. Wukong's command being used to pretty good effect as Leslau BKB TPs. MSS looks like he's out as well. So everybody
Nice
from
hit and
Sonics, indeed. That's a pretty hefty amount of net worth that they just gained because of the Shadow Fiend buyback.
It's going to cost them Roche, though. They can't fight that anymore. They used BKB on Monkey King and his ults, so... SF will get an Aegis, but, you know, it's step one. Because if they hadn't done this, I think the Roche just goes to Wildcard regardless. You kind of have to take a risk here and go for a play, and it did pay off. This opens an avenue for them to win the game if they can find a Shadow Fiend kill onto this Aegis twice, which is a tall order. Still very good for Wildcard overall, the game, but... Might have to be a little bit cautious not to overextend on this push. Monkey King ring ready in 25, so...
Yeah, Refresher Shard on
ready.
the SF as well, so you're going to have double BKB, double Requiem, although...
Double Aegis.
if only.
Here
Not
comes
sure if
the
we'll see
left
double
side.
Requiem. Yeah, Split Earth. Well, actually, we'll connect. A nice onslaught comes in from Leslau.
The Rax is already gone. It's like
Indeed.
insane. SF's just three-shotting it.
You also have the help of Divide Llama with that shard on him, and Sammy Boy with his scatter or his little shredder. And yeah, that is going to be the first set of full racks. The melee is the one that got bottom,
Yep.
but essentially 2 lanes of racks for Wildcard.
In the meantime, Yawar and MSS farming the bottom half, trying to get to this nullifier in time, but Yawar still needs another 600, 700 gold. Will not find that just yet.
See, this is a game... Again, I'm not saying this series is over by any means. Obviously not. But Nouns is watching this, and I think they're learning a lot with this game in particular. What's working against Sonics. But I'm sure they are as shocked as us that this potentially will go a game 3.
Yeah, after game
Mounting
one, you
some,
obviously have an expectation. But the thing is, this game one is also very misleading about the actual power difference between the teams, because that game was just strategically almost unsalvageable minute 10. That doesn't mean that the players are like miles ahead of the enemy team, right? It means that if the playing field is leveled, or if Wildcard are ahead like they were early in this game, they're easily capable of beating Soniqs. It's not like a massive skill gap between the teams, so really all about nailing that strategy and getting the right lanes, it would seem, because both games, the off lane has really been the primary deciding factor. Game 1, Dalai Lama was a little kitten, and in this game he's a lion, and is making all the difference. It's really that off lane that has unlocked the game for them. Along with, of course, Alone doing a standout job on Shadow Fiend, I think, this game. Just a really strong individual performance.
Yeah.
But the strategy that allowed it to happen really came from that off-lane adaptation that they made after Game 1. So very good to see that Wildcard understand what went wrong and find the right solution.
All right, well, expect this push to come very shortly from Wildcard. 2.5 minutes on the Aegis. Full butterfly now for Alone. That's probably what they were waiting for.
God, he's gonna like 3-shot the range tracks. Just watch. If he has sidekick.
So you lose 1 Necromastery charge, right? When you pop the shard?
Yeah.
I see. Very interesting.
Ward from Fata instantly dewarded by Sam with that gem. I wonder how many gems wards he's dewarded this game. I think he's dewarded, I don't know, 6, 7 wards maybe? Done a really good job.
Pretty value.
Big items for Soniqs. We have the Octarine on Lesh and the Shiva onto the Primal Beast. So more stuns from Lesh I think is going to be key here.
Yeah, boots of
Cover
bearing
the whole
popped.
ground.
And now the barrack. Okay.
Great
actually pretty good.
stun.
Shiva's into the initiation from Leslau. Quinn gets the BKB off, and now they're going to get a full pulverize onto Visage. So just like that, advantage for Soniqs, but their BKBs have been expended. And Alone still, again, with that Aegis. Probably a hero they don't even want to try to contest at the moment.
They
They're going to find Fata in the end. As Quinn, they're going to waste the Mortimer's Kisses for the most part. But again, the building damage is being done by Alone. So that is the tower. He can focus on some more now as Lazo goes in with the onslaught. Finally pops the BKB with the trample. Pulverized onto the Shadow Fiend. This is just the Aegis, though. Divide Llama's who they're focusing on. That's a full nullifier. He's going to pop the cheese and stay alive. Nice rebound to keep him alive as well. Lazo will barely live through the right clicks of Alone, who kind of just wants to die now. He's going to get Cookie to safety.
From Alex. Saving
Soniqs
the Aegis.
putting up a fight. There's an Octarine on Quinn, which is really showing here.
Stunning.
Yeah, Alone focusing now onto the range racks. Soniqs have to do something about this. Now there's a nullifier applied and another initiation from Leslau. That is the Aegis. BKB still up for the SF, and he can probably just get the racks, honestly, but fortification comes through. Quinn very low on mana now as Leslau trying to chase a little bit. Onslaught is coming. Gonna try to focus on the 2 Bramble targets. There's the Pulverize as well. Yawar is dead all by himself, though. The trample coming through, but Eve saving himself thanks to his shard as the Split Earths just never stop with this freaking Octarine core. Terrorize not really gonna connect on too many heroes. And Alex getting pursued, but he's going to get out of arm's reach. It pops the BKB and the Unleash, and he might be able to bring down Leslau by himself. But Leslau getting healed thanks to Chen. Now Alex is the one in trouble. Gets the rebound with that global freaking range and gets away just fine.
Wow.
So they technically defend.
Yeah, great fight there from both teams. I think that one of the biggest, the ultimate deciding factor to end that fight was Yawar and the Monkey King jumps in and tries to chase the enemy heroes, and he ends up getting full-on Requiem comboed by SF out of Silver Edge. So he gets a full burst of that plus triple raise. So essentially SF solos the Monkey King off-screen while the other fight is going on. And Leslau, I think, actually has made a really big difference, him getting the Shiva. It's done more than I thought it would, along with the Octarine on Quinn. So the problem here now for Soniqs is if they come knocking on the front door again, it's Megas. I don't think they can stop SF from doing it. He's just going to run in, get sidekick, pop BKB, and hit that Rex 4 times. So you actually have to force the fight outside of base if you want to avoid getting Mega'd now. But a pretty impressive hold nonetheless.
Radiant are scanning.
Alone still has a slot available, surprisingly.
Yep.
Was Scotty the play?
Scotty's definitely not bad. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a Daedalus. Like, he hits so stupidly hard right now that That wouldn't be bad, I think.
What do you think of the nullifier, by the way, from Yawar? That's for the 4 staffs, I assume.
Yeah, predominantly to prevent people from getting out of his ring. I think that's been a big problem for him. Guess it also counteracts Boots of Bearing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, actually. Yeah, I would assume it works against Boots of Bearing. That'd be weird if it didn't.
All right, it's go time for
Wildcard.
SF.
Yep. Might be the last stand for
ready.
Soniqs in this game number 2. Oh, the Boundless Strike finds him, though. There's a big Terrorize as well. Shadow Fiend getting pulverized, and he's dead.
Disaster!
Does have buyback, though. It's been that long, actually, since he last used his original buyback. Eve going to BKB TP. Sammy Boy getting chased with the Nullifier. Devi not going to get hit by any stuns. This is very sloppy from Soniqs, but looks like they will at least get a Snapfire. But they have to force these buybacks, but I don't know if they can because the creeps are pushing in their base.
If they get a lucky Roche respawn, this is a full-on potential comeback into the game. Because I mean, Wildcard don't necessarily need this Aegis to push that high ground and get the Megas, but you see there, any misstep from SF, you gotta be quick on your fingers, because the burst damage is there from Soniqs
38-second Roche, Cinder.
They will actually get it if they keep scouting it with Chen. They'll get the Roche.
Radiant's middle tower
That would be
is
huge. That's going to be Ags and Refresher Shard.
under attack.
Along with
Mind you, the
Aegis
win
and Cheese.
expectancy in this game was 97% for Dire until a moment ago.
Wow.
And now we're up to a measly 84.
I mean, that's,
Gaben
that's quite an
sees the way
improvement.
for Radiant. I
They
mean,
do.
they're definitely getting mid-tier 2 plus Roche if they scout it. That's the bare minimum reward
Well,
here.
will they kill this illusion before Roche spawns is the question.
They will.
Oh, but they don't scout it. It's up now. It's up now.
The
Oh,
Chen
range
people
creep
see it
going
now.
in. They see
Yeah,
it.
they see
30
now.
seconds with SF. Surely they go for this right now.
Okay, they actually only get Roche. They don't also get the mid-tier 2. So.
Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, and Aghanim Scepter, Cinderin. Are we actually going to see a comeback?
Ags on Monkey or on Lesh?
That's a good question.
Or on Primal Beast?
No, not Primal Beast. Probably Quinn.
He's actually
takes
queuing it up. He
Ags.
wants to buy it.
Yeah,
Let's see
I
who they
saw
give the
that.
Ags to. Did they put it on Monkey King?
Yeah.
He has
well,
it in the backpack currently.
He has it in the backpack.
Yeah.
All
So
right, so he takes
gonna
Ags.
get the soldiers.
Wow. Net worth wise, this is even. How? How?
Well, the Roche does give like 8k gold, so
How?
that would do it.
I wouldn't say 8k gold. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He
Do
gives
the-
the Aegis.
Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry, not the Aegis. He gives the Ags, which is 6k. Then he gives the Shard, which is 1400.
Yeah, I forgot
Or
the
the
Ags
cheese.
is a 6K,
I mean, depending
not
on what
42.
price you assign to the cheese, right? Not the Shard. There was no Shard, right? But it's Aegis, cheese. Yeah, there was a Shard, right? Am I stupid?
Refresher Shard.
Yeah. I don't know how much value
That
you would
doesn't-
assign to that.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I'm just looking at the literal net worth discrepancy
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, so the literal net worth Roche gives is the Aghanims, which is 6k, plus the gold bounty for killing him. So like
Which is
7,
very
right?
little. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty close.
No, you're right. You're right. I forgot it was the full consumable
Dire's
Ags, not the
bottom tower is
4200.
under attack.
All right. Well, we got ourselves a game all of a sudden.
We do. Wildcard are trying to barrel down top lane, but they might, I mean, okay, they're gonna glyph bot and mid tower at the same time, so decent value here, stopping both pushes at once. The 2 waves are actually gonna get wiped out, and yeah, it's back in time for Soniqs. They need to get back to base already. Quinn already setting up the perimeter here, starting the stuns in both
This is like
lanes,
tower
both
defense.
mid and bot. Yep, it really is. They're gonna kill the birds instantly with Leslau.
This is late game tower defense. Quinn with the shard on Split Earth with the Octarine core upgrade. Looking very fancy indeed. Looked like Yawar is going for a Maelstrom, which surprises me, instead of a full MKB to counteract this butterfly. Is that just because he thought he was about to fight and he's going to change it up? Oh, we might have a fight anyway. Oh, Vata, he's gonna. Oh my God, he gets 3-shot, and you can see Yawar gets off his ultimate successfully. Initiation from Leslau's not going to be there though, as the Boundless Strike connects, but nobody's inside the Wukong's command, which means Soniqs needs to get out. Leslau pops the cheese, but he's dead. Refresher, Yawar?
This is
Question
not.
mark?
He's spotted by a bird. This is
All
not
right, he
happening.
has to BKB, and he's going to have to back now.
Oh
Not
boy.
a good fight for
Man,
Soniqs.
they are getting insane value out of the Marcy against Monkey King all game, and Alex just keeps delivering. You know, they find these, what they think is going to be a good Monkey King ult, and guess what? He just disposes out one guy, and he can throw out the other with rebound. Like, they just don't stay in the ring. Yawar can't hit
Oh, boy.
heroes in the fights. He's just getting,
Oh, boy.
they keep getting repositioned. Double damage SF. All right.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, I'm gonna say 4 attacks on the racks with Sidekick.
4?
Yeah, 4
Okay.
hits.
I mean, surely they're going to have to buy back unless they're comfortable going against Megas.
They have Glyph, and they do have
do.
Wukong.
This feels so bad to have to buy back with only 15 seconds remaining.
Those
You're
back
going to
row
get Yules,
protection.
so no more double damage. All right, they actually defend. Just a simple Yules.
Yeah, and a bit of, you know, the ground coming apart.
Yep, that's harsh terrain, I would call it. I'm
That
really
shard is
surprised.
so infuriating to
they
push
went for
against,
Ags.
honestly.
I'm surprised they gave the Ags to UR, honestly. I think the Lesh Ags would have been better this game.
I kind of agree, especially considering how much the Monkey King's getting kited, right? Like, those soldiers
Yeah.
are not worth that much. I guess they help with the zone control because he keeps dropping, like, random soldiers around, but, like, I think Nihilism could have been really, really nice, for sure.
Scanning.
Oh,
Oh,
Sonic's gonna smoke now. Quinn was thinking about a Wind Waker, but looking for a Sheep now instead. Age is still up for a little less than a minute for Yawar. Oh, obviously want to get some value out of this. I mean, the biggest value is that they took it away from Wildcard,
yeah.
but doesn't look like they'll get full use.
I think the key that Sonics need to identify in these fights is that if they kill Marcy, I think they just win. It's actually the hero that's solving everything Wildcard needs right now. So if they can somehow jump and kill Marcy, that would be amazing for them. And maybe that's the plan here with Quinn's Hex. Perhaps that's going to be the target. He'll go ahead and sell his plate mail. All right,
wow.
so didn't need that anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I guess he needed the item slot, but no armor now to speak of. Will take serious damage from SF.
And that's where Nihilism would be amazing, right? Because
Yeah,
then you don't take the
for
right
sure.
clicks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
All right. I mean, who would you give the advantage to this game? I really don't know.
I mean, it should still be wildcard favored, right? They have 2.5 lanes of racks, and all they need is one good move that gives them megas and another Roche. And it's not like a huge advantage, but I think it's definitely there. But yeah, the expectancy of the game has definitely changed a lot as well from our Lord and Savior Gaben. Now 69% for the Dire, 70.
Both.
Not that you can always count on those numbers, but they can be a little bit of an indication about the game state, especially considering, you know, we were down to 97, right? And now that it's 70, that speaks volumes about what happened. So
Yes.
you could agree or not that it's
Well,
a 2-to-1 favor
just
for Dire, but
Alone's
definitely
net
they
worth
lost the lead.
alone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pun, but not intended. He was so far ahead of everybody this game. Now you have two heroes on Soniqs ahead of him. And even looking at the Monkey King, still a lot of room to grow. Like the Basher he has now is going to be an Abyssal Blade, and obviously the Midas can turn into something else later. But
Wildcard look a little bit flustered in their movement. I mean, they have to be careful, right? There's so much on the line here. They are playing pretty tight-knit, as they should. And I think they just want to stall, honestly, until Roche, and hope to get that for themselves. They're going to find a
Yep.
haste top. Don't know if they want to make anything happen with this. They do not. They're going to grab it and run back. Seems like the call overall is just wait.
Alone's going to have
Literally
his
just
MKB
wait.
being delivered now as well. So he is going to be 6-slotted with potential for the Power Treads to be a blink later, I suppose, but we'll see.
Yep. Which blink should he buy, though?
Oh my
Swift
God.
or Arcane?
I would think Swift.
Guess Swift, yeah. Yeah.
MSS, by the way, look at his farm. He is on his way to an assault, Uras. What the hell? On a jet.
Yeah.
That
They
is
should have one
insane.
in their team. Look what you're playing against.
Yeah, but you end up wasting the attack speed, it feels like, on the hero as the sheep.
Oh, they hex.
Yep, Leslau
Oh.
going to cancel his initiation, though, and now Soniqs look to be kind of flustered a bit themselves. Boundless Strike not really going to connect, so Soniqs trying to back
Alex
away.
is in.
Alex pops the BKB. There's the dispose. This time it's on to MSS, who gets feared and brought down. Wukong's command doing little to nothing. But the buyback comes out, so they still want to fight. Leslau with a nice initiation. Pulverize onto the beautiful Shadow Fiend. He's going to get taken out, though. 100 seconds. Could buy back into the game if they still want to fight. Roche is going to be up only in 2 minutes and 20 seconds, so it's a really late one. This won't lead to a Roche either way as Quinn gets off his split earth, but he's just going to get bursted to the ground. 2 buybacks available for Soniqs, which they will surely have to use. MSS, did he not just buyback in this game? Yeah, that is a dieback for your Chen. So it's going to be a 4v5 defense attempt from Quincy Crew.
I think they're trying to bait Lesh being dead here without buyback. But
Well, they're
it's
gonna
going to
lose racks
cost them
pretty
megas
quick.
if they don't execute this perfectly.
Yep, here comes the
There it goes.
onslaught, going for the Shadow Fiend. This will be a dieback for him if they're able to get him. He gets Cookie
Oh,
to
that's
the
a
other
good
side. He's going to
pulverize!
get split earth, though. Again, Force Staff saving him for the time being, but Quinn is there. Requiem's not going to do anything. Shadow Fiend dead for 2 full minutes. Divine Llama gets caught by the split earth now, and he's going to get brought down. In addition, no buyback for him, and suddenly, Soniqs are in the driver's seat. Holy Gabe and balls, what is this?
Roche is up in 1 minute and 15, and neither team obviously has any idea of this. So what do you do as Radiant? You don't know Viper doesn't have buyback. You know Shadow Fiend doesn't. So in your minds, this could be a 4v4 without your Chen, which is definitely very good and favorable for you. But
Yeah.
can you squeeze enough advantage out of this push and really make it happen? War looks to be thinking about going deep for this.
And their base is getting, their creeps are already in their base, so
Yeah.
this has to be quick, whatever they decide.
They're going to send Lesh bot first. Very low cooldown here on that teleport, only 20 seconds. With Octarine plus Boots of Travel too. That cooldown is nothing.
They're going to have 30 seconds of Shadow Fiend dead while Roche is up if they scout it as well.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough push. They have Fort, and obviously this is going to be the first Tier 3 tower fallen, so they're going to have Fort again after it's taken out.
Now the Monkey Axe is pretty useful.
Yep, true. Wind Waker now online for Quinn. He is a beast right now. You see the Mortimer's Kisses to try to delay this from Sammy Boy.
They get the heck.
Or the Axe from Leslau is activated. And Roche is about to spawn.
Quinn
and
is
it's gonna be
pushing
scouted.
alone. Everybody else left.
Roche
Did
is
he
up.
not get the memo? It's literally just solo pushing. All right.
Yeah, they would
The
never
rest of the
expect
team
that.
heading to Roche.
All right, and into the Roche they go, and this looks to be a freebie for them unless Wildcard can try to contest in the next few seconds. Doesn't look like that's to be. So another Ags, and surely this one goes to Quinn.
He needs
It
the
is
Aegis
scanned
too.
out.
He bought back on left that
Yeah,
fight.
that's
They
true.
have to give him an Aegis.
He gets the Ags, he
Yeah.
gets the Aegis. He backpacks his Wind Waker because there's literally no item he can backpack that isn't amazing.
Kind of ironic that you backpack your most expensive item. Okay,
Oh.
he swapped out the BKB. I was gonna say, I mean, this
Probably the right choice.
you probably want that Wind Waker in there. All right, wild card. They're going for it. I was gonna say Hail Mary, but it's not really a Hail Mary, right? They're still in a good spot in the game, but they're gonna throw in.
He's gonna get
Oh, they
stunned off of that,
mistimed
but
it.
he gets the Wind Waker. There's no stun lock to follow, so the Ags being shown as Yawar gets off his BKB, looking for the Abyssal play. They're gonna go for Alex. This is the big kill that you were talking about all game long. He's gonna get the rebound off though, but Sammy Boy won't be so lucky. Eventually will be killed. So now a 5v4 situation, not even taking into account the Aegis and the Cheese. Wildcard on the run. They have another Fortify because of the refresh.
They have Gem on Leslau. He could find alone here. He's gonna see him. Oh, this is
Leslau
bad
on
news.
the way. Gonna get the trample off. Is there a save from Alex coming? The pulverize is there, and Shadow Fiend is dead. Soniqs look like they are actually doing this, but again, they are going against not quite mega creeps, but their base is still getting ravaged. They have to keep somebody here all the time, and they need Boots of Travel on this Monkey King.
Radiant are scanning.
Or
Quinn
Quinn
is
can
going
just
to
do it
port back
himself.
to mid. He's going to do the, yeah, I mean, just let the Lesh do the garbage cleanup. He has such a low cooldown on the teleport, so he's going to easily reconnect. Man, this is insane. It's been quite a while since I've seen a comeback from this kind of expectancy in a game. Like, they were completely screwed 15 minutes ago, and somehow Soniqs, with their itemization and with their defense, have managed to make this
Wow.
competitive. There's the Hex.
Yeah, Quinn actually
get the
keeps
Marcy
on top
stunned.
of him. Marcy's the big kill. He's going to get Ghost Scepter thanks to the Aghanim Scepter from
Nihilism.
Quinn, and he is dead. I really couldn't think of that name. 3 dead for Wildcard in a 5v2 now. BKB onto Yawar. They instantly sheep the Vi Llama. I cannot believe this game is going to end in this fashion. Soniqs are going to take this 2-0. Man, what a game number 2. Yawar pops his refresher shard, so has the BKB again. And now that Aghanim Scepter really going to work is Eve, the last remaining member. He's going to get trampled on. There's the Aghanim Scepter from Primal Beast, not doing a whole lot. But either way, the Ancient exposed and brought down. Soniqs win the game. As expected, Cinder. And we got all 4 predictions correct somehow.
Oh my god. What an insane ending to that game. That was really, really entertaining. And I mean, I gotta say, above all else for Soniqs, you know, this was a super difficult game. It exposed some weakness about the strategy that they ran here. I think Wildcard did an excellent job in the first half hour of the game.